I'ma go get it tonight.
Hey, what's up you guys, Jack here. So I'm here with another tutorial for you guys. Today I'm going to show you guys how to build a box fight map here on Fortnite Creative. It's actually really easy. I'm going to show you guys. Alright, so first go ahead, build your walls. Once you got your walls up, place the floors. Once you got the floors done, go ahead, make the roof. Oh shit. And the last thing to do, go ahead, spawn the spawn pads. You're gonna go ahead and place the spawn pads all in your box here. And that is it, you guys. That is how you make a box fight in 2020. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Just kidding, no one wants that. So I noticed box fighting Turtle Wars is back and is trending at the moment. Also, we got that fashion show that's really popular.
Go. Oh, go. Oh. Okay. You go G over here, boy. Yeah, you stay up there. You go G like that, boy.
Comment down below if you want to see me try that in a later video. So I thought it would be a good idea to show you guys how I would make a Turtle Wars box fight. So what I'm going to actually do is implement things I've seen from box fights, maps I've seen on creative mode. And I'll show you guys how to make it just like those maps. First things first, go ahead and open up your galleries. I've noticed a lot of maps I've seen for box fights. They've been utilizing this new gallery, Bank Gallery Black. What I do, you guys, I actually build a wall up just like this. Makes it easier for you to delete it afterwards. Go ahead and throw your gallery there. So one thing I really enjoy about creative mode, there is no rules. You can do whatever you like. Grab any wall, size up how large you want your box fight to be. I'm gonna go ahead and make my box 7 by 7, and it's also gonna be 3 floors high. Fill in your box. After that, go ahead and grab your floors. I'm gonna be a bit creative with this map, so I'm gonna use the tiles and try to make a design out of it. I also encourage you guys to make your map how you want it. So you can take some ideas from me, but obviously try to make it personalized just for you. Be creative. Alright you guys, so my design is done for the box fight arena, and I think it turned out pretty nicely. Next thing you want to do is equip spawn pads and go ahead and place spawn pads around your arena. Just like that. You can do it however you like. Alright, so in the spawn pads, here are the settings you should probably look at. Use as Island Start. I'm going to have it on no. Next option, I'm going to have visible during games. I'm going to have this set to no, so the spawn pad is invisible when the game starts. After that, go ahead and set all the settings for the spawn pads. Alright, so now we're going to go into the game settings. Voice chat on default is always set to team. All up to you if you want the people in your game to be able to talk to each other. I'm going to have it set to all. Next option, teams, depending on how you want your game mode to be. If you want balance 2 teams, you go ahead and set it to 2. I'm going to have it set to free-for-all. Next option, spawn limit, set this to 1. So if you are eliminated, you only have 1 life, so then you spectate. This option here is really important. Last standing ends game. You can turn this on. So when there's only 1 player left in the round ends. And that player wins the round. The next option is total rounds. All up to you guys how much rounds you guys want in your game mode. I'm going to set it to 10. After that, I'm going to go to the next tab, which is the settings tab. Here, you can just customize, the time of day. I have it set to 4 p.m. That's a default time. I usually set my game modes. Starting health, 100% health. Max health, 100 health. Starting shield, 100 shield. Max shield, 100 shield. So when the game starts, everyone's going to start full health and full shield. Next option, infinite ammo. I have this set off, just to make sure that people don't have infinite healing, health consumables. Next option, building can destroy environment, turn that off. Environment damage, turn that off as well. So your map actually doesn't get damaged or take any damage while you start the game. Next option, health granted on elimination. I'm gonna have this at 0, but some people, they like, adding some health per elimination, and that option is all up to you guys. Next tab, UI tab. In here, you can actually set up how you want your scoreboard to look like. I suggest changing the scoreboard tiebreaker 1 to 4, and you can set it up however you like. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is actually add barriers. I'm going to set up barriers in my arena. So one thing I've noticed, a lot of people, when they put up the barriers, they actually go ahead and surround spawn pads with the barriers. I'm actually going to go ahead and use a technique, so I do save some time, and it's a little bit more neat when you look at it. Alright, so you go ahead, grab a wall, and if you hold down the left stick, you can go ahead and go through the floor. Go ahead, place down a wall, and then place a floor. After that, go ahead, copy using the right D-pad. Then you can go ahead and start placing it underneath all the spawn pads in your arena. So with that, I'm going to show you, you can actually place down barriers right underneath here, just like that. I'm actually going to use mutators. I'm going to place some mutators on the walls. This will actually make the map even better, just like that. Once you got that done, have everything set up. Next, go ahead, go into the settings for the barriers. I'm going to be changing the settings for the height. So what I'm trying to do is resize the barrier so it's at the very top of my arena. So once you got the right size, what you can actually do is turn zone shape, turn it to box hollow. This actually allows people to spawn in the barrier. This is actually a really important option, so don't forget. So what you can do with the barrier, a lot of people have been messing around with the visuals for the barrier. You can actually set base style to whatever you like. I'm going to be using Nebula. Nebula actually looks really cool. So when the game does start, this is what you see. So next, you're going to have to do the same thing with your mutator. And the option, if you have it on the wall, you're going to have to go and adjust the depth. Alright, so once you have your settings right, next option, go ahead and go to disable when receiving from. Have this set to channel 1. I'll explain later. Same thing with the mutator zone. Have disable when receiving from set to channel 1. Alright, so once you have your settings down, go ahead and memorize all the settings. You're going to have to go and change all the settings for the mutators and the barriers. Till this day, there is not a copy settings option, sadly. So after you're done, it should look like this. So if the game does start, you can't pickaxe, but you can build, and you have a barrier. But wait, the barrier doesn't disappear. Well, I'm going to show you how to disable both the mutators and the barriers. Alright, so I'm going to build a platform underneath the map. So down here, I'm actually going to hide a few things. Alright, so first, spawn a trigger. Place down one trigger. Go to the options for the trigger. Have option when trigger transmit on to channel 1. Next, go ahead, spawn a sequencer, have it right next to the trigger and have it angled off to the left of the trigger. And this sequencer here will actually activate the trigger. Alright, so go into the settings for the sequencer, go to activate on game phase, have it set to game start. So when the game does start, the sequencer will activate automatically. Next option, go to damage level. Pretty much just turn the damage level on, so I'm going to have it set to medium. Now go into the trigger settings and make sure you have triggered by damage on. Another option, delay, I'm going to have it set to 3 seconds. So once the game starts, the mutators and the barriers, they disable after 3 seconds. Alright, so to quickly explain to you guys how it works, when the game does start, the sequencer will activate and will trigger the trigger. And after the delay, the trigger will activate, the barriers and the mutators will be disabled. So next, spawn a team settings and inventory. We're going to go ahead and set up the items in the game. Once you spawned all the things you want in your game on your character, go ahead and drop it into the team settings and inventory. So I'm going to drop it in a certain order. Also, don't forget to drop ammo and materials for your game mode. And that is it. So when you start your game, you'll have a barrier. Once the delay is finished, the barriers and the mutators will disable, and then you'll have your box fight. So to finalize my map, I actually went ahead and used hood message devices. So what I did with the hood message device, I made 4 of them, and I went ahead and made a countdown for my box fight. It's actually a really small feature, but if you guys want to make a countdown, go ahead, and I'll leave it up to you guys to try to copy my settings I have for the hood messages. Let's just say I had 4 hood messages and all 4 of them had their own messages, and then I set up the time so once the 3 seconds are up, your hood would say go. But yeah, just a little small detail. Another thing I've actually done with my map, I actually built a pre-game lobby, and this is actually where people spawn when they join the island. And all the spawn pads in here actually have island start on, and team was set to none, so nobody was spawning here during the game. And yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. I was actually thinking of placing a zone, but if you guys do want to add a zone, hopefully you know how to do it. But if you don't know how to use it, and if you want to watch a video, I actually have a video on my channel about it. Link will be in the description. But yeah, you guys, that is pretty much the basics of making a decent, good looking box fight arena. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If the video helped you guys out, be sure to like the video. Also subscribe if you like my content and want to see more, and use code JackjackHD in the item shop if you want to support me. I appreciate the support, you guys. Thanks for watching, you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Peace.